stormy, cloudy night tonight, and this is Scott from OutdoorCookingMagic.com. And I've been thinking about doing something on Outdoor Cooking Magic that would be a little different, that would maybe stretch me a little bit and would have me cook some different things. So I decided to start what I'm calling the Outdoor Cooking Magic Challenge. And how it's going to work is each week I'm going to announce on video a dish that I'm going to figure out how to cook outdoors. And I'm going to do that by taking a cookbook and taking a random page, getting a random number and selecting the page of that cookbook, and then looking at how many recipes are on that particular page, and randomly pick a recipe on that page to cook. And as I said, I'll announce that on video, and then at the end of the week I'll show you what I'm going to do to cook it. So I've got a whole bunch of cookbooks here at home. I'm not going to use the standard grilling or Dutch oven or barbecue cookbooks. I'm going to use regular old cookbooks. Like today I have Betty Crocker's cookbook. I may even use some family cookbooks, you know, the kind that your family puts together, or your school or church or whatever put together. I may get some from the library and use one of those cookbooks to randomly pick a recipe from. And what I would love to do for you to do is for you to follow along, and if you would like to join in and cook the recipe outdoors along with me, and then video share that with me on YouTube, that would be great. That would be wonderful. Just so you know, my channel is youtube.com/outdoorcookingmagic. That's my channel on YouTube, and that's where I'll be sharing all of these videos. So some of the rules that I'm going to put into place are, obviously, when I randomly pick a page, and I'll enter basically the beginning page and the end page of the cookbook into my phone. I've got a random number generator there, and we will pick a page using the number that's generated on that random number generator, and then the recipe the same way. Sometimes it'll fall on some pages that don't have any recipes that you have to cook. All right, they're just like salads that you put things together, or a sauce that you just blend things together, and you don't have to cook it at all. So we'll just pick another page in that case, or maybe even a recipe if it's a recipe that gets selected. And also, there's some things that I just don't cook with, so I don't cook with alcohol. I don't cook with coffee. Sometimes recipes call for that, and so I won't be cooking with those. I'll just pick another recipe in those particular situations. And there's some things that I just don't eat. So, and I don't know that I can get my wife or any of my family to eat also. Things like a liver or tongue or things like that. I'm just going to pick again, because it's just there's no use trying to do those types of things. I'll try and keep those to a minimum, but there's some things I'm just not going to cook. So I'm going to skip over those and we'll try again. So when I'm cooking outdoors, kind of the rules that I'm thinking about are that I'm going to use my grill, either gas, I have a gas and a charcoal grill, or Dutch oven, maybe even over a campfire. I'm not going to use my side burner on my grill. If I have to use to cook something that I might have used the side burner for, I will use a Dutch oven for that, or cook it right on the grill. So my thought is that the side burner is kind of really like a stove if you have it inside, you know, a gas stove, and so that kind of seemed like kind of cheating a little bit. So I'm not going to use the side burner. I'm going to, after I get the recipe, I'm going to share it with you here. I'll kind of talk a little bit about it, and I will then post it on my blog, and I'll have a link there on the video to the blog to show you where it is. Usually, actually, I may not do that. In any case, I will post it on my blog, and I'll post the ingredients and a brief description of what the recipe is. I'm not going to put it exactly word for word, can't do that, but I'll kind of generally describe it. But I may change up the recipe, what I come up with at the end. So that's kind of the fun of doing this, is maybe to take a recipe and change it a little bit and see how we might make it better, or how we might adapt it to be able to cook outdoors. And so I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'll try to do it every week. I know there's some weeks I'm going to be on vacation, and if I can possibly do it then, if I can find a grill or some way to do that while I'm on vacation, I will do that. But it might be some weeks that I just can't get to it, but I will try hard to do it every week. And I hope that you'll tell all your friends and your associates about this, and most importantly, I hope that you'll follow along. And if you'd like to cook along with me, that would be great. And you can share what you've done in the comments on the post that's for this recipe, or you can, like I said, do a video response on YouTube and respond to the videos that I'll be sharing, and that would be great. I will each week I will put a video up that has a link that has what recipe's being picked, and then I will when I videotape how I actually cooked it, I'll put a link from the first video where we selected the recipe to the video where I actually cooked it. And then we'll just keep them chained together like that. So you can click from one to another and get all the way through things. So anyway, I hope this will be fun. It'll be different. It'll kind of stretch me a little bit. It'll provide something that's maybe a little bit interesting, a little bit different for my blog. After all, it's Outdoor Cooking Magic. I think everything tastes better when it's cooked outdoors. So we'll see if that's really true. And there'll be some interesting things come up. I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to do cookies, or how I'm going to do a lot of different things that will come up that might not be what you'd expect to cook outdoors. So we're going to pick the first one right now, and as I mentioned, I'm going to pick it from the Betty Crocker's cookbook. You might have this, or you might have seen it before. It's kind of one of those classic ones. It's been around for a while, and I preloaded into my phone the number of pages that are in it, 393. And like I said, some of those have things that, you know, they're index pages, or they're substitution pages, tell you some cooking tips pages. We'll just get another random number in those cases, and we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to punch the number, and the first number that came up was 201. So let's look at that. 201 is in the beef section. Okay. Well, that's promising. Maybe we'll have something easy to start with. Okay. So there's 3 recipes on this page, and you probably can't see that, but there's 3 recipes here. There's a mushroom steak, a beef steak, and a Swiss steak. So we're going, I don't even know how you say that, beef steak Provencal. I don't even know how you say that, so I apologize. I know that probably seems silly, but so we're going to punch 3 in here, and we're going to see which one of these recipes we pick today. And so 3 was picked, and it is Swiss steak. So that's a great easy one to start with. I was worried I'd get something extremely exotic for this first one, and it would be difficult to do. So this takes some beef round, tip or chuck steaks, tomatoes, garlic, green pepper, onions, and so forth, and so that'll be an easy one to start with. So again, that's the one we're going to cook this week. I hope that you'll join with me. I will be posting this recipe on the website at outdoorcookingmagic.com. The tag that I'll be using for this is Outdoor Cooking Magic Challenge, and that's how we're going to keep track of all these. I'll post it on Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. So if you're not following me on any of those social media platforms, I hope that you'll do that, so you'll kind of keep in abreast of what's happening here. So on Facebook, I'm facebook.com/outdoorcookingmagic. On Twitter, I'm twitter.com/outdoorcook. And on YouTube, I'm youtube.com/outdoorcookingmagic. And there's probably a few others that I'm also, I'm on Pinterest also, pinterest.com/outdoorcook. So if you would follow me on those, we'll have a chance to interact and share some things. That would be great. Another thing that I'm going to do at some point is announce some giveaways on some of these videos, and I'll give you, while the giveaway, the post for the giveaway will have some things you need to do in order to qualify and enter the contest. The video will have some extra things that you can do to get extra entries in, and you'll only know those if you watch the video. So I hope you look forward to those. All right, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna start this and see how it goes. Again, this is Scott, and I hope you'll follow me at outdoorcookingmagic.com.